Hello, all. This is Dr. Dave Maslach talking to you about reciprocity.com. And in this particular video, I just wanted to touch base on why I'm actually creating this particular app and why I'm trying to create this app to help others. Having my sort of discussing what the personal motivation is and why I'm trying to create something that is to help, people navigate PhD problems, or people sort of doing the writing thing and that they're writers and trying to navigate the particular challenges that we have during writers. I haven't put out a particular video like this in a while, so I thought I'd put it out just so you were following along and you understood what was going on behind this. So my initial motivation with reciprocity.com is I needed some sort of editing. I needed some checking on my own work. I found it really, really challenging to identify, to get feedback on my own work. And it's kind of really awkward to ask people repeatedly to get feedback on your own writing. So I thought I'd create some sort of platform that made it really easy to do this. So I started investigating how to do this. It was a really long journey in how to actually get there, but it sort of revolved around this particular platform of where people can go on there and they can get free proofreading if they want to, as long as they reciprocate. But then over time, you earn sort of credits, and those credits can allow you to actually get paid over time. So it sort of motivates people, incentivizes people to get to that moment where you're actually giving and helping out other people, right? So this is the goal behind it, was to create some sort of platform where people would be willing to help other people and incentivize people to help other people, because my own problems with my own feedback and getting my own feedback, it was really, really difficult with my own writing. So I thought that there was lots of other people that were out there that were not only, a lot of people going through a PhD or going through graduate school, for example, writers and many other people that are going through the same thing, that they just want some sort of feedback on their writing. And I know that there is a lot of people out there that would like something like that. And then along my way, when I was trying to create this particular platform, I realized, so I studied behavioral science. I'm a professor of innovation strategy and entrepreneurship. And I realized that there is a breakthrough that was going on in the software industry that we ourselves, researchers, weren't really doing a really good job of sort of exploiting that particular opportunity. So what was going on is that there's this thing called A/B experiments that are going on, and it really improves the validity of understanding why people do one thing or another. So an A/B experiment is you get one sort of web page that has one version, and then you have another web page that's called another, and that's slightly different in some sort of way, and you can compare the two and see if there is any sort of difference in user behavior. So with research, it's really difficult to get a particular platform like that, or have some sort of platform that allows you to sort of understand behavioral motivations or understand people. So I thought it'd be really interesting to open it up to allow researchers and whatnot to understand what's going on in the background with behind reciprocity, to understand sort of people's motivations and things like that. So any sort of experiments or anything that goes on, research experiments that goes on this particular platform, are really, first of all, they're vetted. They have what's called institutional review board oversight and whatnot. And any particular research university, you have to opt into the particular experiments. It's really, the ethics are really quite sound with it, and the experiments are really really subtle. They're not really affecting anything in any sort of way. It's one color versus another color, that kind of stuff, really subtle things. So I wanted to sort of tell you that by simply interacting, sort of solving your own problems, by going onto reciprocity, it sort of helps out science, and it helps out, in the bigger picture, it helps out a lot of other things that are going on in terms of understanding, why people do one thing versus another, and having a very good insight into what's going on in that particular thing. So I thought it'd be really interesting to overlap those particular motivations, or overlap why I'm actually creating this particular app to help others. Is, it's my own anxieties that I wanted to sort of resolve and to sort of understand. But then as well, eventually I started to understand. I started to think about, this is a really useful tool to understand science and have a better understanding why people do one thing or the other. So if you have, and I wanted to sort of discuss right now is, if you have particular problems that you think would be useful to that I can possibly solve and build in and get the developers to build into the software, please do let me know in the comments below. I would really appreciate that, because then I can build that in and we can solve that particular problem that you have with reciprocity. Now, it has to be kind of under the same idea of what I'm trying to do, but that would be very, very helpful, because then I know what you want and what you would like to get out of this software. In terms of perfecting it, make it so it's customizable for you and it makes sense for you, right? So any comments and stuff like that is very, very helpful. So that's all I wanted to talk about with this particular video. Is really, I'm just trying to be as helpful as I possibly can. I know that that there is a lot to go with this particular platform. I'm really well aware of that. When you create an app, it's a long-term journey, right? And I'm not really in this to sort of make quick money or anything like that. That's really not the goal of this particular application. Making it so it's self-sustainable, right? And that is producing enough revenue to pay for everything, because right now I'm paying for everything. That would be fantastic. But, then I'm really in this just to solve other people's, or try to help your problems, your own PhD problems, or, your own sort of writing challenges and things like that you experience. That's really why I'm trying to do this. It's pure and simple. It's just really what my motivation is. And as well as to try to help science and to have a better understanding of why people do one thing or another, right? So that's all I wanted to say. Again, I appreciate you watching all these videos and following through. I do appreciate it. It's wonderful. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care. Bye.